Thank you all for being here. We are really excited. This is the first event of its kind for us, and we're excited to share that experience with you. Today, we are celebrating the completion of our very first video production training program by sharing two of the film projects that were created by our participants over the past several months. To get us started, we're going to share a little bit more about the program, but I'd like to introduce you to our CEO, Katie Sanfilippo. She's going to share a little bit about ChickTech, who we are, and what we do.
Thank you, Tanya, and thank you to everyone for being here today, all the program participants and community members that have come to see the video screening and learn about the program. I'm assuming that most people here are already pretty familiar with ChickTech, so I won't take too long on this. Overall, as a national nonprofit headquartered out of Portland, we focus on broadening the pipeline of diverse students with a focus on girls and non-binary students and others of marginalized genders into the technology pipeline through our ChickTech high school program. And then we also focus on building retention of women across the technology industry through ACW programs. This program, funded by MHCRC, was focused within Portland, as many of you know, and it was an amazing opportunity to really bridge those two programs across the ChickTech High School as well as the ACW community, and follows that mission of creating those learning opportunities and engagement to future technology careers, and also broadening that pipeline and retention through a community of support. So over the last couple of years, we have really focused on virtual programs, which has allowed us as an organization to expand our reach across the United States and beyond. You'll see all of the states in the pink color are places that we've served over the last couple of years due to virtual programs. And then all of the dots are where we've had in-person programs in the past. As mentioned before, this video production training was focused within the Portland area. And as Danny will get into a little bit later, as she goes into the program, we see this as a pilot initiative and something that we can use to further this kind of training and support for community members across the country. And then also just one big update here, if you're not aware, ChickTech is celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year. And so you'll see here just the impact that we've had over the last 10 years and what we're looking forward to continue building upon over the next 10 years and beyond, in terms of how many people we've served, how many volunteers that we engage with across the country, and what events and how many events we've done, all around really building up that community of support, confidence of our community members to pursue and stay within technology and STEM careers. And then also really building that intergenerational network across all programs, all volunteers, to advance gender equity within STEM as well. So with that, I am going to pass it over to Danny, I believe, to talk about this specific program.
Hi, everybody. My name is Danny Gem. I'm the marketing manager here at ChickTech. Super excited to share with you all of the amazing things that happen within this program. And of course, everything that led to showcasing these fantastic films that you'll see shortly today. So the ChickTech video production program began in October 2021 after receiving generous funding from the Mount Hood Cable Regulatory Commission, MHCRC. They were really pivotal in allowing us to have this opportunity for the Portland area. So we want to take a moment to thank MHCRC for their support. This was a free opportunity for Portland area women and non-binary folks. The funding from MHCRC allowed us to also purchase all of the necessary equipment, both filming and editing equipment for our participants to rent and use during the program and use to learn. We're also really excited to use this equipment in the future for upcoming ChickTech events. So will really help us increase the reach of our webinars and events by recording them and having really good quality trainings available in our library to offer to the wider community. Also, both Tanya and myself, as the leads of this program, were able to personally learn a lot about video production. As a marketing manager, I love doing video editing and spotlighting the participants in our work. So I'm really excited to personally take these skills and use them to help spread the word about all the things we do here at ChickTech. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly this program entailed. So this program focused on training about 20 Portland, Oregon area women and non-binary adults in video production, and that spanned from ideation to editing. And in recruiting for this program, we did lots of outreach to our fellow nonprofit organizations and community organizations in the area to spread the word about this amazing opportunity with their communities. And a really important goal we had was to ensure that we had participants from a wide variety of ages, gender identities, and backgrounds in this program, aside from just the group of women and non-binary people that this grant was aiming to serve. Originally, we had planned to host these trainings in person, but as you can see on the screen here, we transitioned to a virtual environment after the onset of COVID. And we were really happy to be able to continue having this community engagement online, even though we were restricted to what we were able to do in person. So moving forward, at the beginning of this program, we started by grouping our participants into pods, which were actually named after the bridges in Portland. We have plenty of them here in our city. And each pod was tasked to create a 2 to 5 minute video project. This really mimics the production teams that you would see working on film projects in the real world, with each participant taking ownership over 1 or 2 roles, including the brainstorming and storyboarding phase, filming and conducting and coordinating interviews on camera, someone behind the camera, editing, all of the post-production work. So we had our participants work together in groups to be able to rely on each other, collaborate together, and work to create a product that was meaningful to them. So we had each pod first start by brainstorming the subject of their video. The only requirements that we set for this program were that videos should relate to something regarding women in technology. Aside from this really broad topic, we encouraged our participants to dig into their personal values and their interests to select topics that were meaningful to them. So we were really happy that each of our pods chose a really wonderful, unique project that I'm excited for you to see shortly. And what you're seeing on the screen here is a brainstorming document that one of our project pods created in the ideation phase of this program. This is used with Google Jamboard, which is a really fun tool that we use to have the pods brainstorm the main points of their video, their target audience, things that they'll need to research in terms of subject matter, as well as filming techniques, so that they could explore all of the various topics that they'll need to learn to create their final video project. And after the pods finalized their topic, they moved on to creating a script for their film, researching those film techniques in more depth that they would like to use to convey their main points, and securing any actors or interviewees that would help get those points across for their video. So we're really grateful to our friends at Metro East because they were able to assist us with having some really high quality technical skills taught to our participants. After our participants completed this brainstorming and video scripting phase, they received trainings from Metro East about how to work the camera, how to use lighting, how to record sound very well for their projects. And we're really thankful to them. We want to give them a shout out for their assistance in helping us get really high quality training to our participants. And after a few months of really hard work and a lot of creativity and some really fun discussions online during our group Zoom meetings, several of our pods are here today. If you want to give a wave or shout out on chat, if you are a participant, folks are here today to showcase their short films. We're so excited for you to see them, and for us to get started, I will pass it over to my coworker Tanya to introduce our filmmakers.
Thanks, Danny. I get to do the funnest part, no big deal. Our first video is called To-Do List, Get Your Life. It's created by Dawn, Lex, and Wiley, who are all here today. And Danny's gonna hit play.
I mean, boss lady, I just wanted to say I love your vacation hair. So exotic. Sorry you didn't get the promotion, but it will be your turn eventually.
Hey, little lady. Did you hear we just hired a lesbian chick in our department? Or a they them person? Or there's not a group of them though. Whatever. And I thought since you're gay, you'd want to meet her.
Hey, Queen. Did I hear you're going on vacation? I just got back from Tulum, and look, I'm almost as dark as you.
Hey, sweetheart. I'm glad I looked over your department spreadsheet. Looks like that dyslexia kicked in a little. Why don't you recheck my work before the day is out and send it on through to the big boss? All right, see you when I get back.
Thank you so much, Don, Lex, and Wiley. We love how creative this team was with their concept. It's a great example of the very wide variety of approaches we had from our participants. Yes, we're really happy with this. I love that you took a really serious concept and something that affects so many people, and you brought humor to it while also sending a really clear message. We loved your video. Up next, we have ChickTech, bringing girls and non-binary youth into STEM. This video was created by Ashley, Isabel, and Janine.
I'm a Learning Center Coordinator at Asana CDC in Portland, Oregon. We partnered with ChickTech in fall 2020 for the virtual high school program, and 13 of our student residents participated in it. For many of them, this was their first time being in a STEM program.
My first experience with STEM was in 7th grade when I was in a tech class, and we did a lot of STEM projects, and at first I found it pretty frustrating and hard, but once I joined ChickTech, I got to learn more about it, and now I see it as something fun.
This program called STEM, I was really excited about it because I wanted to learn new things about ChickTech and like new computer systems.
My first experience was in middle school. There was a robotics elective that we could take, and I just was really captivated by the ability that you can have with some code and these Legos that you can use to build these robots. I actually joined the ChickTech Robotics Bootcamp on their first year, and that got me really interested into joining my high school robotics team.
I'm very proud of doing computer coding. That was one of the things I learned, and one of the things I was really a fan of.
The project I'm most proud of is the game I designed with the workshop, because I see it as something like my own.
The project I'm most proud of right now is I just got my drone license, and now I'm working on starting a business with flying, and I actually got the training through ChickTech with a partnership with Skyward Horizon.
I really love working with the students because sometimes I'm there when they first realize that STEM could be really fun and not boring, and that when challenges arises, I'm there to support them as well as ChickTech, and that the challenges that they face can be solved. They are really creative, and they take ChickTech workshops as an opportunity to showcase their artistic abilities and creativity.
I think ChickTech really influenced my decision because through their workshops, I really found an interest in the creative abilities you have with STEM. They have various workshops that kind of tailor to your interests and whatever you're interested in. Or if you have a range of interests, you can take all the workshops. And I think that's really nice. And you're able to find a community of girls and other non-binary in that program. And I think that's really special about it. And you have these hands-on projects, not just a lecture-based platform.
Some of my role models are Isabel and Kirsten because they were both able to help me when I had trouble. Some of my role models are Katherine Johnson, who's an amazing pioneer physicist, and she helped NASA guide one of their missions into the moon.
Marilyn Aliris, she was actually one of the student teachers at the ChickTech robotics bootcamp that I was a part of. She has helped me actually get my first job at Code Ninjas.
I see their futures being very bright. I see these youth becoming educators, scientists, doctors. I see them creating cutting-edge technology and being innovators. I also see them making their families and friends and themselves really proud for paving the way for other youth with marginalized genders.
I see how the computer coding can help me because I like doing a lot of computer stuff, and especially now in school, I have my iPad, so whenever my teacher needs some help with technology, I get it from coding. It makes me feel smarter and more interested in STEM career.
I'm planning on majoring in either electrical engineering or mechanical engineering in college. So I plan to kind of learn that and also major in entrepreneurship as well. So to kind of combine STEM with entrepreneurship is what I'm kind of planning on doing.
Someone should join ChickTech because it's an amazing program for young girls like me to learn more about STEM and gather knowledge for our future.
You'll be on your computer doing coding, you can learn new things, you can do LED lights. It's really fun to join.
I think everyone should join ChickTech because it gives students the opportunity to explore STEM in a creative and accessible format, enable students a hands-on experience with working with STEM. Really great program.
Thank you all so much. I definitely teared up when I saw that video for the first time. We're so grateful that we got to partner with Hacienda and reach more local students, and we really hope to partner with them again in the future. We will also be sending out the links to these videos. I definitely encourage you to watch them again. Of course, streaming them on Zoom is not ideal, and I want you to have the full experience. They put a lot of work into these videos, and some of that is lost on Zoom. So check those out again after this meeting. We'd love to hear your feedback. I'd like to talk a little bit about some of the things we took away from this program. There were several aspects that we felt were key in making it work for our participants. First and foremost, it's important that we prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion in all of the work that we do. And so we wanted to make this program accessible by allowing folks to participate in whatever capacity they're able to, especially right now as we continue to navigate uncertainty and changes in our lives. We also put a lot of intention into ensuring intersectional identities were represented in the program and each program pod. It was also crucial to remain flexible. Adult lives are hard. It's a long-term commitment for our participants. It's roughly 5 months. So we did this by creating a hybrid virtual and in-person learning environment so you can get hands-on training, but also collaborate in a way that's safe and can work with your schedule. We just wanted to make space to adapt to changing individual needs and providing extra support wherever it's needed. It's also really important that we fostered creativity and collaboration by offering broad topics where our groups could explore unique ideas within. And you saw we had 2 very, very different videos, both presenting really important concepts in the same arena. And I think we were able to do that by creating that space and allowing our groups to work at their own pace and really run with their ideas while providing the support they need so that they can collaborate effectively and make those ideas come to life. I would love to open up the floor to questions if you have any about the work we do, about the program, about the videos themselves. Our filmmakers are here if you'd like to ask them any questions.
Lex, I see you have your hand up. Take it away.
Yeah, for sure. This isn't a question. I was just going to say, wanted to take a second to just say thank you to everybody from ChickTech for the awesome opportunity. It was so cool. It was the first time I've ever done anything with ChickTech. So it was just a really awesome welcome into the organization and all the work you do. And also I'm just like really lucky to have met some awesome people who are part of my pods who I hope that I can stay friends with and keep hanging out with, because it was a really cool opportunity. And I know I wouldn't have met them outside of this. So just like great job to, all of the Burnside pod for their video. And also just a big thank you to ChickTech for putting this on, because I know I appreciate all of the flexibility of, it's busy and hard to put a project on, but it's also it was really cool at the end of the day, and to be able to produce something and be so supported by the staff and also meet some really incredible people. So just a note of appreciation, not a question. Thank you so much, Lex.
Yeah, it was a pleasure having every single person participate in this program. Sorry, my dog's freaking out in the back. It was really wonderful too to see all of the collaboration and connection, because of course, as we know, the last few years with COVID, it's been a little bit hard to still have that community, even though we all want to that. So I was really happy that we were able to provide that space for folks to come together. Renee, I see your hand up. Take it away.
Yes. I have a question for some of the filmmakers here. I was curious if you have any plans or what you might do with your new video production skills. Is this something you might want to do as a hobby, or do any of you have your careers, path aimed for something along this route or in this industry? Just open for anyone that might want to answer.
Hi, I'm Wiley. I'm a working photographer. I'm a full-time photographer and studio manager, and I am now going to offer more video packages with my work, just because it's more lucrative, and I don't actually know of any other female videographers in Portland. So it's like a big thing that I'm now offering.
Wow, congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Any of other filmmakers want to answer that question, add their own thoughts?
I don't know necessarily if I'll be using this skill set anytime soon, but I'm definitely kind of glad to have it in my wheelhouse. I was the person that operated the cameras for my group for our filming, and I also have a theater practice, and so part of doing this was in hopes of being able to document my theater work in a much stronger way than it's been documented in the past. So I super appreciate having access to this now.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashley. Anyone else, filmmaker side, who would like to add anything to that?
Hi, this is Dawn from the Morrison Pod. I want to start off by thanking my teammates, my pod mates, Wiley and Lex. They are two of the coolest people I could have met. I'm so thankful that I got to work in a group with them. And thank you, ChickTech, for letting us run wild with a kind of heady idea. And I think it went someplace that our whole pod is proud of. I loved the Burnside groups too. It was really inspiring to listen to all those interviews. And in terms of what I would want to do next, I hope my pod wants to work with me more and make more PSAs. Because if we can present really hard, problematic information in small, digestible chunks that might make you laugh, but also make you think, maybe we could help change the world. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dawn, for that. When you first had that video, you brought it to one of the rough draft sessions for our group. I was so excited to see that, and ended up actually posting it in our staff Slack channel. It's like, you guys, look, this is such a cool like format. It's, you know, totally unexpected that this is like this PSA format that came out of this pod. And I was really impressed with, yeah, the creativity that y'all came up with that. So again, like repeating what Tanya was saying, we had such a wide variety of projects, from these really in-depth interviews from Ashley, your pod, the Burnside pod, and then, you know, this very like kind of text heavy video from the Morrison pod. So it's really cool to see all of the creativity that came out of this program. Any other questions that anyone in the audience has for us or our filmmakers?
I want to know from the Burnside pod, what was like the most inspiring moment from those interviews? If you could just name one.
I think that it was just like all three of our participants were so great and like so prepared. Like all of their interviews went through so quickly. But then it was like kind of in the two that I did in person, like kind of throwing them an additional extra question and like seeing them really like get to explore their interest and their excitement about STEM and ChickTech on like kind of the fly, because it felt like they really kind of came alive in those moments, like really going in depth and describing like a thing that they had worked on that they were proud of.
Thank you for sharing.
Awesome. Thank you.
It was so great to be able to witness the Burnside pod working together. It was really the only team that we got to see in person. But it also, we never go to the office, so it was strange already being in there. But it was just really, really great to see them working. They all worked so well together, and having the students come in and do their interviews. It was just really heartwarming, and I'm appreciative that we got to experience that with you. All right, well, if you think of more questions, you are welcome to send them our way. We're happy to pass them along to the filmmakers.
I just have a comment.
Yeah.
They didn't have things like this when I was in high school. They didn't have the pandemic, but they also didn't have this hybrid opportunity. And like on a day like today, like I volunteer with ChickTech, but I wouldn't have even been able to show up for a presentation because I'm not doing well today. But because you have it on Zoom, I was able to come and watch the films. And I wonder what would have been different if I had access to stuff like this when I was in high school. Or if someone actually recognized that you can have OCD and ADHD, even if you're in an academically talented program, and get the help that I asked for but never got when I was in school. So thanks.
Thank you. Yeah, I think about that all the time. I grew up in a teeny tiny town of 2,000 people, and I didn't have anything like this either. And I wonder what my career would have looked like if I was able to explore some of these creative ways of using technology. And I do want to say that even when it's safe and we start transitioning back to in-person events, we will be maintaining our virtual programming indefinitely, because we've been able to see firsthand that we're able to reach more people more often, and we don't want to take that away. It's really fun for us, and it's more accessible. So we will definitely be doing more things like this in the future.
Awesome. All right. Thank you all for your questions. We're going to wrap up here, but before we do that, I would love to chat about some ways that we can stay involved. And to kick off that discussion, I would like to pass it to Renee Gonzalez, who is our ActW program manager.
Awesome. Thanks, Danny. And I just want to start by saying congratulations to everybody on the completion of such an awesome program. You guys did such an amazing job, and I can't wait to see what you guys do next. So like Danny mentioned, my name is Renee Gonzalez, and I'm the ActW membership manager at ChickTech. And ActW stands for Advancing the Careers of Technical Women, and is our program for all of those early in their careers, working toward a new one, or looking for support and resources to advance their current role. We aim to support the retention of women and all non-binary folks in tech through an annual national conference, monthly live webinars, our membership program, and brand new this year is actually a virtual career fair. So just expanding on those virtual opportunities like Marilyn mentioned. And our biggest events each year are the conference and the career fair. And the membership is another way to stay engaged all year long. And throughout this program, we provide continuous support and mentorship by connecting through Slack, meeting for monthly networking sessions, hosting live webinars on leadership, DEI, tech skills, and career development. And our members also have access to an on-demand library of webinars and free or discounted tickets to our national conference and partner events to continue their learning. So if you really enjoyed a program like this where you can meet with people and work on projects together, that's something that we want to really implement and grow within our community as well. And of course, to all of our awesome participants, we would love for you to stay involved with ChickTech and bring your new production skills to our membership community. And we also welcome you to join in on some of our free upcoming events. I've listed a few of them here. And I've also dropped my email on the slide here below, so you can send me an email and I'd be happy to talk to you more about the program, details on some events and ways that you can get started and stay involved with us. So I look forward to meeting you.
Awesome. Thank you, Renee. And as we wrap up here, I would love to see all of you, of course, on all of our upcoming Act W events. We also have other ways to get involved. We have plenty of volunteer opportunities, from helping with our programming to behind the scenes operations work, marketing work. I'm always happy to work with volunteers to support those outreach efforts. So you can learn more about us on our website, as well as learn how you can get involved to volunteer. We also have social media channels that put out lots of really amazing content from what we're doing at ChickTech, all the way to highlighting women in STEM and non-binary folks in STEM that are inspirational to us here at ChickTech. So please feel free to follow us on social media for upcoming events. And with that, I would like to say thank you so much, and we hope to see you at one of our upcoming events. Thanks for attending, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Have a good weekend. Bye.